Hey guys, the Llama Script here, and welcome to Danganronpa episode 61. We are in the investigation now for chapter 5, and we don't know much. We know that it's either Kyoko or someone else. The dead body, that is. Not the, murderer. So, we're just gonna get into this. We gotta do this. Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monika file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through his body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. What? Okay. Interesting. Why? Does that correlate to something else that happens? Junko didn't get struck in the head by a metal pipe, did she? At all? I don't think so. The body was covered with other wounds. But these were at least several days old. It's Junko! Has to be.
It's Junko, yeah.
Because all the spear wounds through her. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice, I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened. Or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Monika File 5. Takes a long time to load in this scene. Okay, time to get started. I need to check everywhere that might be important from one end to another. I just need to do what I always do. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Okay, tattoo hand. Tattoo hand. Tattoo hand, thank you. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, they were fake fingernails. Yes, it had to have been Junko, because she's a fashionista. She'd wear fake nails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of a normal activity. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Interesting. Tattoo on the right hand. Okay. The white jacket of the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. This? The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. It explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Is it? Obviously that... Okay. Guess we gotta look into that. Why would that be a strange thing that the...
They should implement DNA testing in this game.
The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half of the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? That has some weird... You look at that hair, it's certainly not Kyoko's. It's very wavy and like almost like a pigtail, like Junko's. Steps away from the dead body? Yeah. What's this? These look like fragments or something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. Is that a purse? What is that? Can you tell what that is? It's red.
What is that?
Is it like...
I really can't tell.
Is it like a piece of clothing?
No.
Is there something that Junko would have worn that would have looked like that? She didn't have like a bag, did she?
I don't know.
But where? Wait, was it there? I had to jump to check that later. What? I don't know. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? Yeah. It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Monika files with the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Doesn't this knife cause a fatal injury? By the way, this knife. It looks really familiar. Wait, is this... Yeah, there it is. That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There's too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. That same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we encountered. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, it was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Okay,
So maybe Makoto killed them?
maybe. I mean, imagine if you just killed them in feverish sleep. Apparently, he was.
He was like, I feel like I'm dying. I need to go check my phone. And then he grabs a knife and fucking just murks the dude.
Yeah, the knife is the phone. He found his phone. Not just you found your phone and then killed a man. How could you?
I don't know, man. I was in a fever dream, bro.
I remember there was some chickens in the chicken coop. Count 4 chickens. That means one of them's missing. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto?
I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here?
Of course. There were precisely 5.
Yeah, right?
Huh?
Huh? What's wrong?
There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short.
Huh? Ah!
That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
What?
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world!
That must mean... What does that even mean? It was used in the murder. Somehow.
Chicken was used in the murder?
Yeah, because
How is
obviously...
chicken used in the murder?
I don't know.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappeared, the entire world would remain unfinished.
Oh, I did my best to ignore here and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Chicken coop chickens has been added to the truth bullet. That's not something I thought it would say. But here we are. Tool shed. Just to be sure, I should take a look in the tool shed. Is the pickaxe gone? This room is definitely disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. That's new. Yeah. Is this a tarp? Wait, is there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It should be related. Could be related to the case. That must be why it's weird that the half the body isn't wet. This tarp must have been on it. The top is wet. Yeah, see, there you go, and it's covered with mud and grime. But the underside, totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. I'm still not exactly sure, but I feel like that's a theory. That's the one thing in there that concerns me. Okay, there's nothing else. I mean, there's the Monokuma flower. Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's really the case. Stay away. Baka.
Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you.
What do you want to talk to me about?
So, in other words,
I'd like to hear your alibi.
The alibi.
in other words,
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night.
Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with anything?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime.
How can you know that for sure?
Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monika.
Monika?
Monokuma.
Well, you see, there's this really attractive girl named Monika that I've been kind of into. I might try to breed with her and get a child. I mean, one of the next heirs.
His genetics. His genetics will make him have big old dick.
My vascular hog will be
My
surpassed.
vascular hog. He'll be the next
Passed
heir
down.
to my vascular hog.
Passed down to the next generation.
Oh my god. Hero's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
in other words,
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night.
What?
Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hiro's rooms to get them. Or
Hiro's-
Hina's room.
Got some Freudian slips going on here, dude.
At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis
Are me and
are me
Kyoko.
and
that's right.
Yeah, shit, that was you. And if the victim really is Kyoko,
Now I'm the one
Then I'm the
without an
only-
alibi.
God!
Jesus! Are you alright? Is that caffeine getting to you?
I think so, just a little bit. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you?
I'm telling you the truth, I was in my room, but it was dead asleep. I had a fever, so...
That's hardly an alibi.
I know.
So, what now? You seem to be quite at the disadvantage here.
I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Byaku's account. Okay, Allie.
Listen, Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up?
If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of his stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Oh, wait a minute. If it is Junko, I don't think there could be blood left in her, because she's been dead for a long time. Also, that would make sense why the body's all covered up, because it's decomposed at this point, except for maybe the hands, I guess. That's what the chicken was used for. It was used for the blood.
Maybe so.
Why else would there be a missing chicken? Unless it was killed to be used. What do you think? The chicken just pecked the victim to death? I mean, really?
I don't think so. Yeah. That's honestly like I honestly see that.
Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Bianca said to not touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the body. I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Was proof.
Yeah, that's definitely why the chicken's gone.
Because it's not normal like human bleeding get everywhere. It's just like chicken blood on the area, make it look like blood from humans, but no.
What's good? Chicken blood.
Wow, thanks! That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it.
That was a little too exciting.
Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember a lot better too. So thanks to you too. That's nice. Not Toko. Hero. How you doing?
It's 11 o'clock right now.
Okay, and he just got okay, and I can't believe this.
He basically just got didn't ask.
Yeah. L plus ratio plus didn't ask plus you're white.
Plus your cracker ass tracker.
Except Hero isn't really white, is he? I don't think so.
I don't know. But it doesn't matter.
I don't know. You can say to anybody at this point.
Oh, well, oh, fuck, I can't speak. Oh, whoa. Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body.
When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monika's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. It was right around 7:30. When we headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Except I went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? 9 o'clock.
Now then, Togo, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. It's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, it had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Oh, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done.
That's a pretty small job. When the body was found. Okay, Toko, what are you gonna say this time? Yeah! So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to say anymore. She literally didn't provide us with any useful information. That makes total sense. This thing. There's a panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monika said the time positively can't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? If the body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet. That would mean the murder must have taken place. They tried to make it look like that by covering it with the tarp, but it was actually before 7:30. So the tarp was wet. Trying to mask the time that it took place to give Makoto a non-alibi. Are they trying to frame Makoto for Kyoko's murder? Is that what's happening here? I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check, especially that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions, and I still need to find out more about Kyoko.
What if somebody went into the biolab, got some virus, put it, like infected Makoto with it, so that he would get into a fever dream, and all this weird shit, and he wouldn't be there, he wouldn't have an alibi for the murder, so that they can easily frame him.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that is honestly one of the stupidest things I think I've ever heard you say. Well, who knows? You could be right. Is that corpse?
I don't know.
If that's
I mean,
true,
I'm not I'm just spitballing here. I'm not actually trying to come up with the answer.
true.
Saying.
Although you've been right a lot of times before, and you've said weird stuff, so who knows? Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe I can get into her. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room.
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
Okay.
What?
Limit my options.
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room.
I don't have a choice. I have to see if they'll let me borrow her room, please. Okay, Baka, let's go. Hey, I'm Bianca.
If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial.
Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it.
I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story.
Then will you go with me?
Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not.
Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Yeah, check out that one area. What area is he talking about?
That one area.
I don't know. Something to do with a fragment. A red piece or something.
A red piece of something.
Yeah, she heard me. Nothing here. Nothing here. There's no question marks coming up. The gym. Okay. Oh, Monokuma. Monokuma is laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Oh! They used... Wait. What? Must be a different bomb, but the same kind of bomb. Right?
I just found something. What is it?
It's... Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
You may even call it a monobomber.
What? What?
Bomb?
And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. The fragments found in the garden. So I guess they must have stolen the bomb and used it as, like, the punch of the explosive after the body had already been, like, placed there and everything. So that technically gives Makoto an alibi. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. We should head back to the garden after Byakuya. This must be a really short investigation. E. A. Sports.
Game.
We have
Give
the
him
same
goddamn-
brain. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go.
Ah, wait for me. Byakuya walked over without a second glance, and I hurry after him on the way to the dorm. I can't unlock it myself in the Byakuya. Oh, whatever.
Well then, here we go.
Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then...
And it's open.
Looks like it stinks. So this is Kyoko's room. Look, there's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration. What?
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve?
It's probably a key. What? The lockers are those really traditional public bathrooms use them for their lockers.
I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse.
That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks.
Really, what?
Unless I'm mistaken. Pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to.
Interesting. The dojo. No bed. At all? Bathroom? Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging up to dry. There's no look inside. Wow, photo. She might be dead. It doesn't matter. Is it just that?
Hey, I think it would be wise to look around a bit more.
Hey, bed? Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as the case is concerned. But he's interested in that bed, yes, for sure. Okay, there's that. I don't see anything else of interest. There's just the wood block. Her room is somehow plainer than Makoto's too.
What?
Oh, I guess read that line then.
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for?
Nothing in particular, just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoto.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take the time out of my search to come here?
Sorry.
Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here.
More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Oh, huh? What's this?
It's true.
Oh, it's me. I forgot about that. Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it.
What's in the envelope?
Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something has certainly happened, so open it.
Okay. Open the envelope and look inside. Inside with a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
Let's get under the sheets, baby. Okay.
Bruh.
I mean, I had to. What do you think?
I mean, I know, but... That's all that was in there?
Yeah, looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? Now we look at the bed. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Doesn't look like it. That's the flattest bed sheet I've ever seen in my life.
Holy shit.
Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets. What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Oh, interesting. Class number 78, student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Igusaba's profile.
Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing that Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Here we go. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll just tell you. It was a key and blank. That's it. This must be that must be the blank that Monika was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning it was unappealing. This is what she left behind.
I don't have time for your sentimental garbage. Hurry up and finish your search.
Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba, sex female. The ultimate soldier. What? The ultimate soldier? So she's not the ultimate despair. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. That's kind of a tongue twister. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. Intense international investigation with information. I like that. I might use that somehow. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she had not been kidnapped, that she had received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukura's profile. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. That doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in is like a completely different dimension. It's almost like a non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way I can even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things just as an ordinary person. But then...
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this.
Oh, you recognize it?
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. Yeah, I was about to say corpse. The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of the battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering.
This is all part of a world that totally removed from the one I live in.
I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Wow, I feel like our hero's become a bit player, and our bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand? What do you got in your pretty little hand? What? Uh-oh, you found a profile. So what if I did?
Hey!
Don't freak
come
out on
on
me, I'm not gonna
now.
hold it against you or anything. In case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she's stolen and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Okami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Me, I'll drag the corpse out there and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know. That's a good meal right there, can't lie.
A rule violation really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication of organization and order. Which is why even I, as a school's headmaster, have to follow the rules and regulations myself.
Oh, so you're saying that you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, you know. Now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting. It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually
one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When y'all first got together in the main hallway back then, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying?
in other words,
That's right, there actually weren't 15 of you.
yes, indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16, then.
Mukuro Ikusaba,
Mukuro Ikusaba.
the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
The 16th students lying somewhere in the school.
The one they call the Ultimate Despair.
The one they call the Ultimate Despair.
Watch out for her.
Watch out for her. The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense.
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge tickets, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge. I'm gonna get back at that sneaky Miss Karagiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You wanna know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... She wears them to cover up a bunch of hideous scars she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Now. Okay, now that's all you get. That means it's not Kyoko, because we know the hands.
And they're not scarred, they're just tattoos.
They're good.
They're tattooed.
Yeah. Hold up a minute. Junko didn't have a tattoo on her hand. Did she? I don't think so. I don't make no sense. I mean, I guess it could have been covered up with makeup. So if Mukuro Ikusaba is part of the killing game, then what does that mean? That she... I don't know. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of the hand? The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monika was say there's scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears his gloves to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails and forks. Oh. Did you catch that line?
Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
Yeah. Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
His trap.
Such ignorance.
Yes, Chihiro.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us?
He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma is trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules of this game.
So that would mean if Mukuro has to follow the rules of the game and she's dead, if that is Mukuro Ikusaba's corpse, that means there's somebody else who's the mastermind. Wait, no. It can't be... It's Junko.
I think I remember Junko having a tattoo on her hand.
Let's look this up then. Okay, well we've deduced that Junko does not have a tattoo on her hand. And, at least, so,
I guess it has to be Mukuro Kusabe, the corpse. But I don't know. Did Kyoko kill it? I don't know. Well, but anyways, guys, the Llama Swift's out. Have a nice day. We will see you on the next one. Goodbye.